All right, case study. Grant, owner of CrossFit. So Grant, we know that he injured his calf, more of the medial side where it attaches to the femur. So what I want to do is, Grant has actually gone through all the steps that we talked about in part 2. So go back and watch that. So what we're going to do now is actually look at, he's still having some pain and stiffness, but he can still move very well, but he still has the after effects of the strain. And it's been what, a couple weeks now?
Yeah, 2 weeks.
2 weeks. So he's kind of out of that acute stage, so like immediate stage. Now he's into a more settled subacute stage where he can start pushing the tissue a little bit more, still needs to mobilize like a madman. So what I'm going to do is, how we're going to test it is doing Fight Club / warrior stance. So go ahead and put your toes forward, go ahead and rock your arches in and out. So he's going to try to dome the arches and then drop the arches. And if you notice here, he's not able to get super far with this between both arches, but he's not able to get what we call subtalar joint inversion. Okay? So when we supinate, when we protect our feet, when we arch our feet, we get this, go ahead and arch your feet. We get this supinated effect. Like when you pose ride, when you squat, you get a stable surface. He's not actually able to get too far out. My feet, not that I'm saying I have, the most perfect mobility in the world, but you should be able to get a significant arch in your foot. And he's not able to do that. And one of the complaints he had, our bodies are smart, is his stiffness on the outer equatorial stiffness.
All to the outside.
All to the outside. So the tissues on the outside are called the fibularis muscles and peroneals. And they actually attach to your fifth bed, but also, so they cross the joint, and one of them actually comes down and crosses, attaches to the bottom of the foot. So the other component though is, okay, I want to mobilize that area, I want to match that area. The other part is that he injured the medial calf, and the other tissue that's like his neighbor is the posterior tib tendon that comes down around the medial malleolus and underneath the foot. So I'm going to match that right now. I want to go after that because that's what supports his foot, and if that's limited in range, it's going to affect his ability to actually get some talar joint inversion. So go ahead and lay on your right side, Grant. Good. Model pose. Okay, definitely model pose. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to protect his foot here by putting his foot on an ab mat. And I'm not too worried about having his foot necessarily flat, or I would like to keep it, in more of a neutral position, but if it falls into plantar flexion, that's okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take his foot, sorry, you're going to look at my butt. Look at my butt. I'm going to plant my other leg there, and I'm just going to press. So maybe from this angle, you can see where I'm pressing. Right on the heel here. So I'm just kind of taking my left heel, pressing down, and maybe doing a little bit of twist. I'm not sliding at all, I'm just pressing and twisting. Dr. Kelly Starrett actually did this video on me, did the same technique on me up in San Francisco not too long ago. That was my more sketchy videos in those days. But I'm going to work my way up the soft tissue of his calf. Okay? So just planting and twisting a little bit. Planting and twisting. Kind of staying away from the tendon itself, more on the heel joint and then up towards the soft tissue. As I move further up his calf, I'm going to step away from here and position myself in a little more efficient area. Press and twist, okay? Press and twist. Press and twist. So this takes a lot of balance on your mobilizer's part, but I'm only putting maybe 5-10 pounds of pressure, not a lot, right, Brent?
No.
Does it feel sketchy?
I feel it, but it's not heavy.
Sketchy?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just helping with the sliding surface, that's all I'm doing. Good. Now, so after getting into this kind of stiff tissue here, all the way up your bone, I'm not stepping on the bone, mind you. I want to get on the other side, same position. So I'm going to remove this and place these two balls right right under his knee. So not on the knee joint itself, but right below it. And that's right on the peroneal tissue, nice kind of stiffer tissue. And often tissues that aren't utilized or aren't matched enough. And they get pretty stiff. And so you might have like perfect range of motion, but that tunnel effect might be real sketchy and gnarly. So Grant has been feeling kind of a referred pain, and pain on the outside, and stiffness on the outside of his leg. So I'm going to mash in, moving my weight down the leg. How are you doing, Grant? So I know if I'm going too deep if he stops breathing, okay? And I'm pressing down and I'm tacking and flossing. I'm just rocking back and forth. Notice I'm not sliding back and forth. I'm just tacking and flossing. Good. Now this is something he could do on his own. It would be take a little bit of balance. He could use a pipe, which is right behind me, if he wanted to. But there's nothing like having a super friend and a super PT friend.
Yeah, I've tried to do this on my own with the pipe and then get it, but it's just
Not the same.
Yep.
So having someone apply the pressure. Another nice component, if you have an awesome acupuncturist in your area, you know, they got one here, Jessica Law. That's another great way to help with tendon strains and the rehab process. So shout out to Jessica.
Hey, J-Law.
So go ahead and stand up. Now let's go ahead and retest your internal external rotation of your. All right, so me looking at him, it's way easier for him to now externally rotate. Is it perfect? Not yet. How's it feel?
It's definitely a lot looser. This one has like a hard stop to it.
Right.
This side continue out a lot freer.
Yeah, so essentially as a PT I look at him and I'm like, all right, what's this joint here? It's a subtalar joint. It's very hard to teach you guys how to promote the subtalar joint, but what tissues surround it? Like I had to go after the sliding surfaces first and improved his range right away. Now if you're in squat, go ahead and squat toes pointed forward. So the bottom of his arch, go ahead and squat again. He's able to activate the bottom of his arch a little bit easier. Now stay at the bottom of the squat and drag, externally rotate those thighs. Keep that big toe down. Good. So the tent formation underneath the bottom of his foot is in a way better position. You look at this angle on the other side. So this foot, me and looking at people move all day long, it's crazy when I go to the mall. I'm always looking at people move and watching people squat. No. Anyway, I'm a creeper. No, I'm not. Anyway, the bottom of the arch is not as active on the left and the right. So a little bit of change goes a long way. His work capacity and his ability for that medial calf to breathe is now better. And that's an awesome thing. Is this going to speak come up now? Is that going to stay that way the whole, till tomorrow? Probably not. He's going to have to keep this up. It might take about 6 to 8 weeks actually the tissue to be normal again. So hope that helps you, Grant. And Lacey gives you a game plan of what to do. And for all those guys out there, guys and ladies who have potential calf strains or haven't been able to have screened themselves and know they've got something to work on, we'll use this as a template to prevent from getting to the point where you actually do have a strain. Thank you, Grant, for your ability to use your space. Love the community here and looking forward to seeing you guys in the future.